on the behind all of that and in their life. And please help me welcome in her speech, Thought of the Day, Megan, Thought of the Day. Welcome.
Thank you, fellow Toastmasters, honored guest. Come with me on a journey today, really a mental journey. So we're about to delve into anger. How many of you get angry? Maybe on the road. Anybody here get road rage? Yeah, known to flick off a couple people maybe. I won't share you my secrets or accolades. Although maybe with a spouse or a friend that maybe upset you at some point. Yeah, we all get angry. There are many, many ways to deal with that. I had an experience right before coming here. I was actually packing up all of my things, very happy, in a great phase or a great feeling, knowing that I'm coming here to visit all of you, and I pick up the phone to an extremely angry voice on the other end. Wasn't ready for this, but I thought, okay, I can work with it. Tried to understand what's going on. This woman had an experience where, unfortunately, her husband passed away, very unfortunately, and in her mind, in the course of events of what happened, it was due to my organization. I will spare you the details of how that mental leap happened, even after asking her several questions on how that happened. I'm still not entirely quite clear. She believes that because there was a student living with her at that time, and at that time because her husband, apparently they had a fight, her husband was kicked out, was staying in a hotel, and that is where he passed away from a heart attack. So I don't mean to bring you down into a very negative space, but I want to give you the mental state of what I was dealing with, and how someone's sadness, her core sadness, was turning into anger, because that was the only place she knew how to express it. So I was on the receiving end of that call, and it made me think about the skill of dealing with anger. Not only our own anger, but other people's anger when we see it. And I know growing up as a child, when my dad would get angry, I'd run and hide, and that was the skill that I learned growing up. That's how you deal with anger. Run and hide! Run far away! I don't see it, put my head in the sand. As I've gotten older, I realize that that's perhaps not the best way of dealing with anger, my own or other people's. So I'd love to share a couple thoughts, maybe I should call this topic Thoughts of the Day, of how I've learned to deal with anger. And the first thing that I realize is key is grounding myself. Standing here, feeling the earth, becoming extremely present. Because we all know the monkey mind that we have. As soon as something happens, we have so many thoughts go through our mind. But when you're dealing with someone that's really angry, when you have your own thoughts that come up really quickly, you can't really be there, and you can't really hear someone. And to hear someone's anger, it's like a hose. If you block the hose when water's coming out of it, how far does that water go? It goes really far, right? Because you're blocking it, you're holding it in. If I let go of that hose, where's the water go? Just down. It doesn't have that pressure holding it back. So the first thing when you think about anger is when you deny someone's anger and say, oh, you can't be angry, that's not right, get defensive, that didn't really happen. I'm sorry, lady, you're completely confused. I have no idea how you connected the death of your husband too. No, going into defensiveness only makes that anger come out stronger. And when someone's talking and they're not heard, they scream. And when someone's screaming and they haven't heard, they're going to throw the biggest tempered tantrum you've ever seen. And adults, I think, are capable of that just as well as little children are. So my first reaction in dealing with her was to ground myself and to accept her anger. To say, you know what, I understand where you're coming from. I haven't been through your experience, and honestly, I don't want to go through your experience, and I can't truly understand what it's like, but I want you to know I'm trying to understand what you're going through. And you have every right to be as angry as you are right now. Every right in the world. It is your experience. It is 100% valid. But is there something I can do for you right now? And that's the next step of dealing with anger, is figuring out how do you channel it. somebody is expressing it to you, and then you have to ask, okay, I'm here, I can receive this, I can hold it for you, but do you want to take a walk with me? Do you want to bring it somewhere else? Or you can ask them, do you want to stay with your anger? Because that's completely fine. I think that's a valid question when you ask someone, will you come on a journey with me? Will you allow me to help you figure out next steps? Because sometimes when people are in that crazy emotional state, nothing logical is happening. So I asked her, would you allow me to talk this through with you? Is there something that we can create together? Because I understand you're very upset, but is there something that we could do together to get through this? And she gave me a response. She said, yes, I'll allow that. The next step in going through there is figuring out, where do we take that anger? What she's looking for and what I'm able to do are two very different things. Can I bring back her husband? No. Can I perhaps help her see that maybe her anger is misdirected where it's at right now? Yes. And that was my goal. To ask her question after question after question to find out, is the anger that you have really directed right now here? And what are your next possible choices? You have the opportunity to choose. And here's where I think this is the biggest choice we have as human beings. We can let things happen to us and we can react, and we all know that anger comes up and it's explosive, but I believe we are given a choice. We are given a choice to say, is this the person I want to be in this moment? Is this my best self? And those are the questions that I asked her. You've got 2 young boys. What kind of mother do you want to be to those young boys? Can you show them the strength of getting through this incredibly difficult time by the way that you're acting, or by role modeling it? She said, you know what, that's a really good thought. I hadn't asked myself that, what my sons are learning from me in this moment. So there's power in questions, and there's power in giving people the opportunity to express their anger, and there's power in asking, can I do something about that? So those are some things that I leave with you today. When you get angry next time, or when you see someone that's angry, remember, give them the space, allow them the choice, and see what can happen out of that. Thank you.